Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. So happy Valentine's Day. What a lovely day. That's really, really cheeky. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Lindsey's Little Library. I want to wish all of you a happy Valentine's Day. I love, love, love that you are here and that you are part of this community on such a really, really great day. So today's BookList Thursday and happens to be on Valentine's Day. So our subject for today are books that pull at your heartstrings. So BookList Thursday is something I do with my friend Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand. We come to you every Thursday with some sort of book ideas, book recommendations, book thoughts, something like that, bookish related. And so today is all about pulling at the heartstrings. So I think we've mentioned this a few times. We don't have any rules as far as we pick our kind of theme, and whatever we do with it, we do with it. So pulling at your heartstrings, being on Valentine's Day, makes me kind of think we're looking for lovey-dovey books. But when a book pulls at my heartstrings and gets me with all of the feels, it's not necessarily a lovey-dovey book for me. So I have 5 books here that have pulled at my heartstrings enough, right? That just, I still can't forget them. So we're gonna start with that. It's a variety of different books here. So it was interesting going through this and finding that I wasn't really drawn to those, I guess, what I would think of are typical heartstring pulling books. So the first one is fairly lovey-dovey, and it is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. Oh, this book was so great. Elliot is one of my favorite kind of male characters ever. And the story of Elliot and Macy, oh my gosh, it just hits you right here. So we find out we start kind of where Elliot and Macy are, they're grown adults. Macy is pretty ambitious. She's really into her work routine, really focused on her career, and she runs into Elliot, who was her first and only love of her life from when she was kind of a teenager. So kind of find out what happened. There's a little dual time perspective here, but it's a really great book. Very easy read. I mean, I flew through this in no time. Next book that pulled at my heartstrings, and you'll kind of see a theme as we go forward here, is anything with kids. So next one is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This follows the boy Augie. He has a very severe physical deformity, and he was homeschooled for a while, and he decides he wants to go back to public school, and he faces what we all know is coming, and he faces it with courage, and he's so brave and so fierce, but yet so kind and so humbling. He's just, oh, he's so great. Love, love, love this story. I think this needs to be read in schools. My kids will be reading this book. Emily has already shown interest and wants to read it. Riley already has read it, but it just teaches you about human nature and just what it is to be kind. So definitely pulled at my heartstrings. So the next two are not your normal lovey-dovey heartstring books, but still had me all the feels, gave me all the feels. So the first one is Room by Emma Donoghue. This follows Jack, and he's 5 years old, so it's told from the perspective of a 5-year-old, so you're totally in his head, thinking and feeling and going through this experience from his perspective, which is what completely hit me to the heart. And so he has only grown up in this room. It's an 11 by 11 foot room. That's all he knows. And he's with his mom, and he loves his mom, and he loves his adventures with her and what they do. But his mom has been kidnapped and held in this room hostage for a number of years. So very sad story, but you hear from this 5-year-old's perspective where this is just normal to be in this room. So it's just very interesting as he goes through what they go through. It's a really good book. Next one I have is Orphan Train by Christina Baker Klein. This one is based on true historical events and follows, is it just a girl? I think there's dual time perspectives. So you have present day and then in the late 1800s and early 1900s. And orphan trains regularly would take the orphans from the East Coast, they'd load them all on a train from these orphanages that were overcrowded and start heading west, and then make stops along the way where families and usually farmers or people would come and they'd adopt these children. So just that aspect of the story tugs at my heartstrings. And then this story where we follow, I believe it's Vivian, we follow her path from being a young Irish immigrant and all of a sudden finding herself in an orphanage and on this orphan train. So Really, really great book. And then the last one I'm taking liberty with because I haven't read it, but I'm afraid to read it because I'm afraid of all the feels. It's P.S. I Love You by Cecilia Ahern. I'm scared because I've seen the movie and I cried like a baby at the movie. So I really want to. Tell me that I need to. Comment below, let me know. Do I need to read this? But is it gonna really tug at my heartstrings? Am I gonna be like a blubbering mess reading this book? Let me know. If you don't know about this book, this follows Holly and Jerry. They are perfectly happy married couple that others envy. Then at the age of 30, he's diagnosed with a terrible illness. Months after Gary's death, Holly receives a package of letters that he's left for her, instructing her to perform a series of unexpected tasks. Yep. Let me know if I need to read that, because I probably do, but just comment below. Also, pop on over to Sarah's channel. I'll leave the link below. Check out the books that she has that have pulled at her heartstrings. And otherwise, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.